What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's very special shake and bake. All right, so I'm just going to give you a very quick backstory before my girl Reggie joins us on how we ended up here today and right now. So what happened is once we were all quarantined, I was sitting there, I was like, what are all the things that I want to watch myself, and what are the things I think that my audience and my fan base and the community really want to see. And as you know, I'm all about empowerment, so of course I have to bring on guests that are talking about the mindset, talking about how we shape our emotions, or how we handle our emotions in times like this. And then I was just brainstorming. I had hubby on, who's just off screen, so to help relationships. And I was like, you know what? I deal all the time with very serious emotional things, how to overcome things, how to overcome fear, how to grow your business, how to face your inadequacies. I'm always doing that. And I was like, but I also, there's this other side of me. I just like to freaking have fun. I want to let loose. I want to forget about all the crap that's happening out there. And I just want to have a giggle. And my girl Reggie is so freaking funny. If you don't follow her, you got to go follow her. She's so hilarious. You watch her videos. She does these little solo dances. And also she's a vegan chef. Now, something about me, in case you don't know, I have a lot of health issues. I've been battling with digestive issues for a long time. And so there are very limited ingredients that I can eat. So I was like, well, this seems like a perfect combination. Get the woman that is freaking amazing at this stuff, give her a list of ingredients that I can have myself, and then let's see what she can come up with, and then maybe we can bake together and just do something super entertaining, not take things so seriously today. Today is going to just be about fun. We will be answering questions as well though, guys, so drop in some questions down below. And oh no, you can't play yet. The husband was about, so you guys know, I've got a song that I'm going to surprise you guys with, that I want to do a little shake to, and Raddy has hers, and the hubby's trying to figure it out. All right, so I think she's actually, I just need to hit play. Well done, baby.
Can you?
Thank you.
Is there any way to mute them for a second so we can make sure?
No, God, mute them, no. Now you're asking some difficulties. All right, Rads, come on, girl, you gotta request, I think.
So
I think you got a request. I'm just going to get my earpods. Oh, look at my little... Oh, here they are. No matter how much I prepare, I'm always unprepared. All right, Rads, I think you got a request. Oh, I think she's requested now. I'm going to put my headset on. So wait. Rads. Come on, girl. She's going to be joining us soon. I'm so excited. This is going to be so much fun.
Hello,
me.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Excited for this little shake and bake.
Super freaking excited. I want to just say, first off, I freaking adore you that you're always down for just being fun and silly.
I feel like that there's more people in the world who have no rhythm than have actual good rhythm. So I feel like we really rep them well.
Yeah, we rep the no rhythm people.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So Raddy and I were going back and forth actually via text just before this, and we're talking about how we want to do a song, and I misunderstood what Raddy was saying, and I thought you were saying, Raddy, we were going to teach everyone a little dance, and then she texts me back and she's like, no, I wasn't saying that.
I've got 2 moves, okay? And I just posted that on my Instagram page of me doing all of the moves that I know, so.
That's amazing. So I gave you a list of ingredients of all the things that I can stomach. I'm definitely now all about the vegan desserts. There are definitely things I stay away from, eggs and milk and things like that. Yeah. Your stuff looks so freaking amazing, and I've never been able to try it yet.
I know.
So this is so exciting.
Which is so weird for our relationship, because I'm such a I always show love through food. So it's so amazing that we've been able to become so close without me being able to give my loving gesture to you.
And now I'm feeling the loving gesture, girl.
I know, I'm well excited for you to try these.
All right, so do you want to give us a breakdown of how you came up with the recipe? Basically, I kind of just gave you a laundry list, and then you text me back a photo.
Yeah, so she sent me a list of all the ingredients that she is able to eat, and then I literally just picked a couple of them. And I made recipes before with almond flour. I usually use oat flour. You can't do oats, right?
Not really. I try
Yeah.
to stay away from anything too high in carbs like that. I
Yeah.
find that it really does it. And so when it's like you've got the oats and the sugar, the double whammy kills me.
Fair. So then I pretty much just put whatever ingredients I thought would merge together. I didn't actually expect them to turn out as good that they did. I thought that I would have to adapt it a little bit, but it actually turned out really good. And so wait, I just seen so many people being like, British accents. Guys, I'm wearing my London top. Look, it says London on it.
That's amazing. Oh, I didn't think about that. I've got my Wonder Woman is a state of mind t-shirt on.
Yeah, totally suits you.
So do you have your tea ready as well?
Yeah, you know what? I don't, but is that not for after?
Yeah, it is for after. So if
Okay.
anyone's watching, get whatever tea or drink that you want to sit down
Ready.
ready. And yeah, we're going to answer a few questions as well after, and we're going to do some dancing. All right, girls, so let's freaking hit
Do we get
some-
baking?
So people know, by the way, I am a terrible chef. I'm a terrible cook. Well, just to give you say no, girl. My mum, this is a true story, uses the smoke alarm as a way of saying, okay, the food is done. So she would, you think I'm joking? She would cook a roast chicken. She would put it in the oven. When the smoke alarm went off, she'd be like, okay, it's done. And it'd be like charcoal on the outside. So in a way, that's the chef. Bless my mum. She's got so many other amazing attributes. So I'm so excited for you to teach me and everyone at home.
This is such an easy, like all-in-one recipe. Like you literally, all you need is a bowl.
Okay.
And okay, let's start with the bowl. And for all of you, I know there was a few of you who said that you were baking along with us. So let's go. Are you
Let's
guys
do
ready?
it. Yeah, let's do
Okay,
it.
so bowl. And then, so we've written out all the ingredients, haven't we? You've got all the ingredients in front of you. Or what are you doing?
I actually don't have it in front
I'm
of
going
me.
to tell you. So
Yeah.
1 cup of almond flour.
Look, she's all prepared. She's got them measured out and everything.
You would think I do this for a living.
I know. You would think that I definitely don't do this for a living. All right. So cup of almond flour. All right. A bit behind. Right. So you can see.
I only have normal flour, not almond flour. So yes, you can use normal flour. Let's go with it. Experiment.
All right. And yeah, that was one thing. I wasn't sure if you were horrified. One of the ingredients was coconut oil. And the only coconut oil I had is actually butter flavored. I know it's probably not ideal.
I saw that. I was like, why is it yellow?
It's
I thought maybe you had like turmeric coconut oil, like a really speciality like version. But yes,
No,
I will post the recipe later, everybody. I have written it out.
So yeah, you're gonna post it, and then do you?
I actually, when I was experimenting, I actually did an overhead video that I'm gonna post on my page anyway of me making the full recipe. And
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
All right. So as someone who isn't good at cooking or baking, I'm gonna ask some questions that to the audience or other people they may either relate or think that I'm ridiculous, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Sure.
First, things like, does it have to be flat? Like, I'm so OCD. Like, is that bad that it's like?
No, I mean, it really depends. If you're making things like cakes and certain things take a lot more precision. Whereas I find with these cookies, if you've got a little bit extra flour, you'll kind of know by the texture of the dough once it's ready whether you need to add a little bit more liquid or a little bit more flour. So I think you're good with that. I estimated mine as well.
Okay, cool. And then is it okay for people to then change, like you were saying, if someone doesn't have almond flour, can they use like oat flour and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I usually actually do a mix of oat and almond flour cookies and they turn out amazing. And I actually love oat flour for pancakes, for cookies. So I would just say try it out. I obviously haven't tried this recipe with it, but I reckon the good substitutions you can make with this are oat flour and buckwheat flour. And you can try all-purpose flour too. I'm sure that works too.
Cool. All right, so I've got my
try and
flour.
get it so that it's looking at the bowl as well as me. Can you see? Yes.
I was going to say, I think your audience want to see you though, girl. As good as your bowl is, I think they want to see you.
Okay, perfect. So we've done that bit. Now we're going to add in, so you first of all, usually with cookies, you do the dry and then the wet.
Okay.
So now we're going to add in, let me just check the recipe.
And some people are asking, yes, we will be answering questions after the cookie or while the cookies are in the oven. So guys, if you have any questions for myself already, drop them in and we'll get back to them later.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so now we're going to add in the salt. So it's a 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
Oh, and that was another thing that I was going to ask you. How is using this salt? Does it have to be like normal refined salt?
It's coarse salt. No, you know what? Just it'll probably inflate.
Sure.
So I would kind of crumble it in.
Okay. And are you one of these? Oh, yeah. How like precise are you? Because I've
No,
got my little...
honestly, I'm doing this just because usually if I'm making them myself, I'll just take a sprinkle and like. Can we use coconut flour? Coconut flour actually takes a lot more liquid than almond flour and other flours. Like they really soak in liquid. So I would say if you're going to use coconut flour, you may need a little bit extra oil in it. Yeah, go ahead. Chuck it in. Yay.
All right.
She's cooking.
I know.
All right, the next thing, I actually just realized there was an 1/8 teaspoon of salt, so it doesn't matter. Next thing is a 1/4 teaspoon of
See, I pay attention, girl. I got my 1/8 teaspoon out.
You're so good. Mine's going to be a bit salty. Okay, the next thing we're doing is baking powder.
How much?
1/4 teaspoon.
1/4 teaspoon.
And just so everybody's aware, I know I got messages saying baking soda and baking powder. They're two very different things. So baking powder.
Oh.
Do you have baking soda?
Baking powder, is that good?
Yeah, perfect,
okay.
perfect. So baking soda is actually something that creates bubbles, and so in a cake, for example, the baking soda helps it rise, and the baking powder helps the food actually cook better. So baking soda is not what we want right now. We want baking powder.
Thank you for saying that. I literally wouldn't have had a clue. So,
of course. All right, cool. Next, so they are all of the dry ingredients except for the chocolate chips. You have a choice with the chocolate chips or whatever you're using. Are you using your Who chocolate?
So I posted today, I like masked up, I went outside because I ordered the Hue chocolate chips and they weren't there. So I don't know if
you have your Who chocolate though.
So what I ended up doing is I found chocolate actually that my brother made. So he's now getting chocolate.
Cool.
So, and there's yeah, so because like I can't eat much, he, bless him, he started like tempering chocolate for like the last year.
Oh my gosh, what a brother.
I know. So now he actually has his own line of chocolate and there's only like 3 ingredients in there. Anyway, it's all prototype right now, so he's not selling it. I wish like he would, so I could push it.
How epic.
But if anyone's watching that they like chocolate that's super like coconut sugar and things like that, go over to chocolate on Instagram.
I'm gonna find that one. That sounds amazing.
I was gonna say,
I'm actually experimenting with mine, and I'm actually using. Have you had a monk? I told you about monk fruit chocolate, didn't I?
Yeah.
So it's sweetened with monk fruit. So I haven't used it in baking before. So I thought, seeing as I'm experimenting today, I'll use that one. But so you have a choice. You can either add them into this section, or we can add them in right at the end if you want to like play about with it.
Well, what's the difference?
What's the difference? I guess this would probably help it kind of spread in. To be honest, no difference. No difference at all. You can put it whenever you want. I like getting my hands into my cooking, so like I'll add the chocolate chips in after. The only difference is if it's a hot day, then sometimes it can melt kind of in your hands. So put it in now.
I was gonna say my question is, what would Raddy do? And that's what I'm gonna do. So I actually cut up the chocolate and just.
Oh my gosh! Well done. I need to
is that too big though? Are these chunks too big?
No, you can do. I mean, they don't need to be chocolate chip cookies. They can be chocolate chunk cookies.
All right. And just throw it in the mix.
Yeah, chuck it in.
All right.
1 second. I'll be back in 1 second. Let me just grab my.
No worries. How much did you say that we need to put in?
I think it is. Wait, let me just double check. I don't want to say I think. It's a 1/4 cup.
A 1/4 cup?
Yeah, 1/4 cup. I was right. All right.
1/4 cup.
Really didn't get that right. Knife like this.
All right. So let's see if we've got any shout outs while we do this.
Yes.
Let's know, guys, where you're tuning in from. So someone did ask, Diona55 says, what can I use in place of almond butter?
In place of almond butter, cashew butter.
Cashew butter, okay.
Cashew butter, sunflower seed butter. If someone has an allergy to nuts, you can actually use sunflower seed butter, which is a really great substitute if you're allergic to nuts. You could try coconut butter. I haven't tried that in this, but...
You know what actually I have that I wasn't sure if I could use? I'm actually going to show you. I'm going to steal it from my husband's fridge. This is, it's keto butter, but basically it's just, it's roasted pecans and macadamia nut mix.
That sounds amazing.
But
definitely
it's just the nuts. There's like no preservatives, no nothing, just pecans and macadamia nuts.
I'm so into that, definitely.
Should I give that a try then?
I reckon the taste of pecan would actually be really delicious in this.
Oh, don't you just love how you say pecans?
Pecan.
Pecan.
Wait, who's right? Are you doing the British version
No,
or us?
I'm doing the American version.
Oh my gosh, you traitor!
All right, so I've got my almond butter, or I've got the pecan. Should I try the pecan then?
Is the pecan one quite? So basically, the requirement for this butter that we're using is that it's more of like a little bit liquidy. So
It is very liquidy, yeah.
Yes, use 2 tablespoons of that.
All right, guys.
That's amazing.
Let's try that then.
Oh, by the way, for anybody who wants to know, this is the monk fruit chocolate I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, show us.
It's actually amazing. It's sweetened just with monk fruit, and so monk fruit sweetener is actually, it's a non-artificial sweetener that doesn't affect your blood sugar levels in the same way as sugar does. So I've been on a bit of a sugar detox because I was getting a little bit used to having dessert every night, and I was like, this is not very good for me. So I've been having this instead, and it's actually really yummy.
Wow. Do they do other types of
other flavors?
Well? Yeah.
Yeah.
I sadly right now can't have monk fruit, but I know that a lot of people have been using it.
Does it irritate your stomach?
Yeah, so the things that I've noticed really the most that I can stomach in larger quantities, because like, let's face it, who just wants to have one bite of a cookie?
Yeah, definitely. That would be the hardest thing.
I'd
You
rather
can
not have a
cookies
cookie.
with just one bite.
Yeah, I think I'd rather not have. So yeah, the sweetener that we're using today is the maple syrup, right?
Yes, we are using maple syrup. So yeah, now we can actually just add in. I don't know whether you melted your coconut oil.
No, did you tell me to melt it?
Well, I told you no.
Remember, I'm doing exactly what you tell me.
I know, it's perfect.
All right, so chocolate in
chuck
here?
Chuck that in.
Okay.
And then now, if you have the ability to melt your coconut oil, that would be ideal.
How much are we melting?
2 tablespoons, so it's not too much.
All right. Shit,
So guys, the reason you have to melt your coconut oil is because it's actually the thing that's going to help bind your cookies. And so if you have it dry, it actually won't bring the flour together.
Interesting. Yeah, people are asking.
Fun fact, someone says the original Quest bars were sweetened with monk fruit.
No,
Is that true?
they were not.
Oh.
They were not. They were not. So what was I going to say? Oh, how do you melt it? Like you just put it in a bowl?
Yeah, put it in a bowl. You can put it into on a pan, or you could do it if you've got. You look like you've got a microwave or something back there.
These are my ovens, but I do have a microwave, so I will put that in the microwave.
Microwave or pan, whichever one you feel like.
Croatia
says hi. Hey, Croatia, what's up?
What's up? And we've got
Nubia
some people from Chicago.
Can you position the camera to the bowl? Sorry, guys. I knew it.
No,
I was trying to do that.
Dude, I want to see you. Yeah, there you go.
Hello.
All right, while I'm melting my coconut oil then.
Yeah.
Do you want to put on a song?
Oh my gosh, yes. Is everybody ready for a bit of a dance? All right.
It's going to take me a second to do my coconut oil, people. So
that's fine. I think everyone's ready. Okay, any song requests, or should I put on something that I've been
so that was one thing that we were talking about. Do we ask other people what they want to listen to, or do we just put on? So I said to Raddy, I actually just want to hear what song that she's been listening to these days. Okay. And so I'm going to play a song and she's going to play a song. What are you going to play, girl?
I'm going to play the Alicia Keys' new song, the remix though. If anyone wants to put it on at the same time, if you type into YouTube, it's called Alicia Keys Underdog, the remix.
Or just play it loud.
Okay, yeah, let me do that now.
I'm going to run and put this in the microwave. 1 second.
Can you all hear it?
Yes.
Lisa, I need you to dance with me.
Hang on, hold on. I'm back. You have to shut up. Come on, guys. Are you going to show us a move?
I mean, it's pretty much all I
Come on, you're going to show. I don't know this song is cool.
It's really good actually. I like the remix better.
I don't know the song.
Actually, there's like...
I love you so much, girl. That's amazing.
Honestly, this is a song that I've been listening to while I work out and dance. It's actually got really nice lyrics as well. It's very like motivational. It's not all like rapper crazy.
Rapper crazy.
About things, no, but like about the things that you think you're dancing to something that's got a really good beat, and then suddenly you listen to the lyrics and you're like, wait, do I really want to be listening to that?
Yeah, I hear.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go get my coconut. Quick question: do I need to be preheating my oven?
Yeah. Everybody preheat your oven to 350. It'll be done in like 5 minutes. By the time we're done with that, you know what? This is why it's so good to have friends who have different skills than you.
I was gonna say I'm the organizer out of the two of us.
Definitely. I'd say most of the people in my life are the organizers, and I am just not organized.
Oh my god, seeing you and Jay together, because he just seems like he's so like on his shit.
Like so on, like every hour is like scheduled. He knows what he's going to be doing like every moment of the day. And I'm like, hey, should we do this now? He's like, sure. I'll cancel it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's very scheduled.
And just
yes,
to give
350
people...
F equals 180 C.
350, okay. And then just to give people an example of how different we are in that sort of way, I text you and I was like, hey girl, do you want to do an IG live? And I was like, next week or whatever. And you're like, I don't know about next week, but I'm free right now. And I'm like, now? I've got a schedule to go, like, oh, I can't.
I'm such an impromptu person. Even with my friends, like I find it, I'm always just, okay, hey, should we go and do something right now? And they're like, you do know we have lives too. Oh, sorry.
I love that. All right. So I'm gonna go get the coconut oil, and then we're gonna add it to the mix.
Perfect. Yeah. Now we just add everything else into it. So wait, I'm just gonna grab it.
I'm gonna go get my.
So now we've got the maple syrup, the coconut oil, and the almond butter. Just you can chuck it all in. Coconut oil going in. I wish this was doing a slow mo. Ooh. Okay, that's the coconut oil in, and I'll bring the camera here. Hold on. Hey everyone.
All right,
close up.
So what happens if your microwave just broke?
Oh, I do mine on the stovetop.
Oh, what do I do? I'm stuck.
Oh, what happened? Oh, does that one melt? Is that just coconut oil?
It should melt. It's just my microwave just broke.
Okay, how about we try? Do you have a stovetop?
Yes.
Let's try that, guys.
All right, guys, this is the reality
There is always
of
a way.
cooking. I like
guys,
that.
Here, this is the situation right now, and then we're gonna we're gonna wait for Lisa right now.
Oh.
We do things together here, okay?
Yeah, we do. Oh, hang on. I think I might have figured out the microwave.
Amazing.
Okay. All right. While that's nuking, I've actually got a little surprise for you, girl.
What?
So
Love me a surprise.
Okay, I know you love surprises. So, as you know, we have been speaking about, if anyone knows what a Funko Pop is. So Raddy and Jay were talking, and they're like, yeah, there's like this kids store that's opened up near us, and it's like got these little figurines, and they got like these weird bobbly heads, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Funko Pop, and you guys are like, it's what? I start freaking out. You guys look at me like I'm nuts. So we're
like saying these people are so lame, like having these little figurines.
You're like, adults buy them? I'm like, I'm in my 40s and I buy it. So what I've done is I've grabbed a couple, and I want you, along with everyone at home, to guess who they are.
Great idea.
Okay.
Okay. So
all right. So
I am in. Let's do this.
All right. So I've got a couple. So I'm gonna show you.
Yes, everybody. We will be posting the recipe after, along with the video of how to make it. So do not worry.
Nice. All right.
You forgot the measurements. The measurements are actually on my story. If you guys want to go back and just have a look on my Lisa's story.
Do you have it in front of you? Maybe we can just hold it up for a second.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Hold on.
While you do that, I'm going to do massive shout outs to London, Budapest, Poland, Dubai, Ireland, Atlanta. No, we can't see it.
Can you see it?
Does that work?
No. Let me just tell you guys, if anybody wants to take note, I'm going to tell you right now. 1 cup of almond flour, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 4 tablespoons of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, melted, 2 tablespoons of almond butter, and 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. Or chocolate or something.
Boom.
That's all I've got for you.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening with my microwave or this. Maybe it's the type of coconut
Is it not
oil.
working?
It's not melting. Is that like super important?
It's the fat from it. Maybe what you could do, I mean, you could try out using an extra 2 tablespoons of your the butter, because that's got a lot of liquid. Is it in your almond butter? Is there a layer of like oil at the top?
The keto butter. there's like a
Yeah, you know what? Just try 2 more tablespoons of that. I reckon it will just make it a bit more chewy.
All right, I'm gonna try it one more time and nuke it in the.
Unless you've got your stove, Clark.
What do I have to then put it in something else?
You have to put it into a little pan, yeah. Someone said use a hairdryer to melt the coconut oil.
That's so genius. In fact, when I had massive digestive issues and I was traveling, I would take food with me, and I had like meat, and it was really cold, and so I actually have a photo of me heating my beef patty with a hairdryer.
Oh my gosh, did that work?
It did. All right, so while my thing is still nuking, someone's saying unless you put them in bowl over hot water.
That's a good option.
So I'm going to show you something, and you're going to have to guess what it is. All right, I want everyone else to play at home as well. You ready?
Yeah.
Who is this?
Oh my gosh. Is it from a Disney film?
No. Let's see if anyone can guess. I've got a hint.
Yeah,
there's a transformation. So this is where she starts, and this is where she ends.
Is it Batwoman? No, who are you? I'm the worst person for this.
I'm waiting for people at home to see if they can guess. No, why? No. Sandra D! There it is.
Oh, I was thinking of like a superhero. Oh,
there's your John Travolta.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So, you were thinking Disney. No, so the thing is with Funko Pop is they do everything from music to television shows to, so yeah, this is like my little before and after. And in fact, actually, go ahead.
What's a Grease song again? It's Grease Lightning.
There it is, girl.
Grease Lightning, go Grease Lightning.
All right, if this hasn't worked, then it worked. It worked.
Woo! Coconut oil has melted.
All right, I'm sorry, peeps. Appreciate your patience. All right, so I've got this now. Just pour it in.
Pour it in.
Okay. On top of like the chocolate and everything.
Yep, on top. Just pour it in.
All right. Oh God, look at you. All right, what else have you poured in then? So the oil.
So the maple syrup, the coconut oil.
How much maple syrup?
It is 4 tablespoons of maple syrup.
4 tablespoons. Let's get our tablespoons.
Oh yeah. Just put in my cashew butter. I use cashew butter just because that was the only smooth one I had, but everybody can use whatever nut butter they want.
Yeah. How are you, while I'm measuring this, how are you doing being at home?
I actually feel, what exactly is this? We're making cookies, guys. We're making cookies. I'm actually doing really well. I feel like I've been a lot more productive in quarantine than before. I feel like I've been able to cook a lot more and just get things done without pressure. Like I feel like I don't feel the pressure of the world while I've been at home in quarantine. I just feel like I can do things at my own pace, and by not feeling that, I feel like I'm just able to do it without a lot more on my mind. And usually we're traveling a lot, so I feel like it's the first time we've been in LA for a long period of time without being on a plane, which is fabulous.
Yeah, that's so true. You guys are always just running around everywhere.
I know. Guys, I have spoons that say cooked with love and seasoned with devotion.
Aww.
I know. Let's mix them. I'm going to season it with a bit of love.
So there was one more. So I put the maple syrup in. I put the coconut oil. Now, how much nut butter?
Nut butter was 2 tablespoons of.
All right. And I'm going to try, for people at home that were asking if they can use other butters, the answer is apparently yes. Yes, we can.
Yes, you can.
All right. And guys, ask questions because I've got some. All right. So there's a lot of people that are requesting the recipe. Yep. Don't worry. Raddy will be posting it later. And she has a video on it. Yeah. And then also, how many other people want Raddy to do a cooking show? Me.
All right, one step at a time. I just got my website up. Can you use honey instead of maple syrup? Honestly, Do you
Sure.
think? Sure.
I'm actually super impressed that you're very flexible with ingredients and stuff. I actually thought, like, I wasn't sure how chefs react to changing things up.
I'm kind of just like, you have to, especially now when people can't go out and pick things up and get things as easily. I'm just like, that's the best thing about cooking is you can make something from whatever you've got in the house. So I think it's, it's important to be flexible. Sometimes it won't work, but it's always fun trying.
All right, so I got my ingredients mixed. Now what we did?
Now we're all ready. So now you need a baking pan.
Okay. One that I have earlier. Got one ready.
Oh my gosh, who are you?
I told you, well, I tried to come as prepared as possible.
I know. All right, everyone get your baking paper ready.
Well, are we, like, do we mix it and stuff?
Oh yeah, sorry, mix it.
Mix it. I don't quite know what to do with this, girl.
Yes, mix it all up.
So just like get our hands, and I've got some sanitizer on. Let it dry a bit.
Let that dry out a little bit.
Yeah.
You,
don't want
your hands in there.
Not an ingredient that you want in your cookies, huh?
I don't think so, no.
All right, guys. If you have any questions, let us know. We're asking here live. All right. So you've said how is so with your, like, in fact, how are you dealing with ingredients while you're at home?
How am I dealing with ingredients?
Yeah.
To be honest, I've been getting deliveries. That's been the main way, and it's actually been a really good way of just using things that I have and like experimenting with different things, which has been kind of fun for me too. Coming up with new ideas rather than the stuff that I'm used to doing.
Yeah. That's actually interesting. It pushing you out to have to use certain things that you wouldn't normally use.
Yeah. You can also use a spoon to mix it as well, by the way.
She says that now after I've just washed my hands and sanitized.
I actually just realized I use my spoons too, so.
Oh, so you use spoons, do you?
Yeah.
All right, so just mix it.
All right.
People at home, I'm not a chef. I'm terrible at this. The reason why I have yellow coconut oil is that it's butter flavored. That's
which
all
means
I had.
it's literally going to be, which means your cookies are going to definitely be a yellow color, which will be very different to.
They definitely will be different. Is it supposed to like stick? Can I see your mix then, hun?
Yeah.
See what it's supposed to look like. Oh, so it is quite thick. Okay, good.
Yeah. Cookie. I mean, mine's even thinner than last time, so.
And then how big are you putting them on the
I'm
tray?
doing like a tablespoon.
A tablespoon. And that just depends. Is that because you just like the size of those?
Yeah, you can make it into a whole cookie sheet if you want to.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Say what? What do you mean?
You could just spread it all out and have it almost like a cookie sheet. Ooh. If you want to do that, then you can just cut them up after.
The problem is portion control. That's going to be difficult to.
Yeah.
the sad thing about my digestive issue is the portion control part.
Oh, fair.
Oh, you remember when we were away together and we were like joking about how much other people eat and just don't know how on earth people can actually stomach it all.
Yeah, I just think everything is about. That's why I always say, like, I don't ever think that you have to like cut sweets and things out. I think it's just the amount of what you have is very important. Again, it's all to do with digestion. It just won't make you feel good.
And are you doing them as lumps? Like, I'm kind of like rolling them into balls. Is that weird? Like, should I not be rolling?
Oh no, that's fine. See, it's so interesting. Like, everybody's nut butters will be different. Even yours, like mine isn't that. Mine's not that thick.
Ah.
So that's the other thing with recipes. You always end up having with different brands and everything. It'll just end up being a little bit different. So mine's a little bit softer than last time, but it'll still work.
Someone said that I'm funny because I was excited about the cookie sheet. I'm kind of tempted.
You should do it, and then you can just break it up. Like, you can put ice cream on top.
What if I do?
If you make them as big cookies, you can do like a ice cream sandwich. So you put 2 cookies and ice cream in the middle. Oh, that sounds amazing.
What are you doing about like ice creams and stuff now while you can't go out?
Well, luckily, most stores do really good vegan options. So we've been.
Are they still open right now?
Yeah, there's one place called Cocobella Creamery in LA, which is still open and it's great. But we basically went through a phase of like, yeah, it's holiday and like, let's eat lots of like ice cream and brownies and stuff, and then I got to like week 1 and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep eating like this because it was just making me feel really groggy. So I stopped that. But these cookies are perfect.
All right, let's have a look at your tray.
All right, 1 second. I'm just patting mine out a little bit.
Oh, are you supposed to pat them out then?
Well, you don't have to, but the thing is, because they don't have egg in them, like normal cookies, the reason they end up kind of opening out is because they've got egg in them or like a specific fat. So this, I just press them out just in case they don't open out themselves. I made mine very rustic today.
I did 2 big ones here then for my ice cream sandwich that I'm gonna have.
Our stuff is so different.
It must be the yellow, right? And oh, I know I use different nut butter as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how they do. Does that look good? Does that look all right?
Yeah, sure. I'm really intrigued to see how your cookies turn out, as am I with these. Let's see.
Your hesitation wasn't encouraging, girl. Sure.
No, I'm just worried that they're going to be dry, but I think they should be fine. We should definitely give it a go.
They seem quite wet.
Oh, good, fine, perfect.
Yeah, they seem soft. All right. So now, what are we doing?
Now, if your oven is ready to roll.
All right. And in case people are wondering, it was what, 350?
350 for about 10 to 12 minutes. You'll know when they start going a little bit light brown.
All right. Just washing my hands again.
All right, mine are ready. Ready as they'll ever be.
How many did you get out of them then? How many did you make?
I made 12.
What, 12?
But I did tablespoon measurements. So last time I got about 8 out of them and I made them bigger.
Okay. I'm breaking up a couple just in case the hubby. Let me have a look. Let's see yours. Oh, yours look so professional.
I should hope they look a little bit.
Mine are hilarious. All right. And should you, do they like spread? Should I be putting them apart?
No, they won't spread so much. So
just throw them in the oven.
Yes. Cookies going in.
Cool. Oh my God, I got the wrong bloody pan. It won't fit.
Oh no.
Welcome to my life. All right, I need to get a smaller pan. I was like so impressed that I was ahead of schedule and I had my pan.
You know what? It's fine. Don't worry. Good.
I have to say, you're a wonderful, wonderful teaching chef.
Oh, thanks.
Like
I make mistakes all the time, so I'm like, it makes complete sense. Like I have to experiment with the recipe so many times before I feel like it's ready to go out to the world. So this is my second time of making this one perfect.
But you're very sweet. Like you're not like, I actually thought that you might be a little like bossy about like, no, it has to be like this and it has to be like this.
No, I love experimenting. Also, it's nice when you're putting the cookies in to like, in Ayurveda, it's really beautiful because, and I spoke to you about this, it's all about like the intention that you're cooking with. Yeah. So everyone always, so like saying a little like, setting an intention for it to like nourish your body in a certain way or nourish whoever it is that's eating it. It's actually a really nice practice to do.
Yeah, I love that. I actually just saw
Bye, Vegan Runner Chef. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, and just so people know, actually, I don't know if this makes it, like, I'm actually not vegan. I eat a lot of meat. It's just I have a lot of digestive issues, and so my ingredients have to be super limited and very specific. So when it comes to desserts, I'm always super, like, hardcore going vegan. I actually noticed that eggs made a difference, milk made a difference, and things like that. So that's where... me and you have definitely, like, I've been like trying to bug you to like get me some recipes and stuff, and this is amazing. I freaking love that you're doing this, girl.
1 second. How long in the oven? About 10 minutes. Someone said their dough is very dry. I really think it depends on one, if you measured, so the coconut oil, you should be measuring it 2 tablespoons. But did you measure yours 2 tablespoons before you before you put it into the thing? So you're measuring out 2 tablespoons of dry coconut oil, putting it in and then using that. And also, depending on whether your almond butter or your cashew butter or whatever nut butter you're using, ideally you are, that's going to differ. So ideally you're using one that's a little bit creamier rather than dry.
And then actually, when someone asked about Ayurveda, so you had recommended somebody to me, because, you know, I know that Jay also has had some gut issues in the past. And so, you know, there's someone that you really recommend. So he came and sat with me. And this was literally like a week before quarantine. It was so freaking heartbreaking. Because like, to me, it's not about whether I should eat this way or I should eat that way. Like, I don't think of things like that. You know, I'm just about, how do I feel? How does it affect me? And what makes me, like, if all vegetables made me feel amazing, I would eat all vegetables. If all meat made me feel amazing, I would eat all meat. But yeah, so the doctor that you recommended, I'm so excited to try the Ayurveda program that he gave me.
Ayurveda is magical, but it's definitely a longer process because it's all about, I guess it's like however long it's taken us to get our bodies into the position of ill health. It's obviously to get it back to better health. It's going to take a while. There won't be a quick fix. But
yeah, he told me that I need to do like a program, like basically religiously for 3 months. And I'm all about the person of like, well, if it works, why not? So once we're out of quarantine, I'm going to be doing a 3-month Ayurveda program that I'm super excited about. So
I'm
know,
like reading the comments at the same time as listening to you.
Oh no, you know I'm going to be hitting you up, girl, for some ingredients. All right, so guys, if you have any questions, throw them in the bottom. We're going to be
Let's do this. Question time.
By the way, did you set a timer?
Oh no, so it's 12:04. I was just going to look at them, but yeah, so it's 10 to 12 minutes, guys. So I think we put them in about 2 minutes ago. So by about 10 to, we'll have a look at them, and then it should be a couple of minutes after that.
All right. I'm basically just going to rely on you to tell me when to pull it out.
What did somebody just say? Roddy, can you cook some dishes with quinoa? Yes, I will. I believe I have some on my website.
Nice. Oh, in fact, so where can they go to your website to see all your stuff?
Yes, my website is radidevlukia.co.
All right, nice. And you just finished it?
Sorry, I think I misheard your question. What did you ask me before?
No, your website. Yeah.
Oh, you did ask that,
yeah.
So when did I finish it? It's only been about a couple of weeks actually, since it's been within quarantine time since I released it. And yeah, I'm just, it's been really fun. There's over 600, over 60. Can't remember, 600. No. How many recipes are on there? Can't remember right now.
There's a bunch. Go over.
There's a whole lot of recipes on there. And yeah, there's different things from like snacks to drinks to like staples for main meals, just lots of stuff. I've got so many more recipes coming. So
very
cool. Really excited.
All right, so we've got one question from Holly Writes Words.
Hey, Holly.
Where can I study Ayurveda?
That's a good question. So I did my course at California College of Ayurveda. I actually did a distant learning course because I was traveling so much I could not be in one place and study for that long a period. So it was a year-long course. So I studied there, but also there are so many books. One of the main books I would recommend, which I have somewhere here, is Divya Alta, her book called What to Eat for How You Feel. That is an incredible book, really great basics of Ayurveda, but also incredible dishes that are so nourishing for your body and very, very unlikely that you'd get negatively affected by those dishes. They're very neutral. So definitely Divya Alta's book was one of the first ones. She was actually one of my first teachers in Ayurveda. So she's incredible. She has a restaurant actually in New York as well that's based on Ayurveda.
Oh, nice. What's the restaurant called?
It's called Divya's Kitchen.
Oh,
yeah, incredible restaurant. So I would, so many books out there, and I can link some stuff afterwards as well in my stories.
Yeah, you got a lot of people asking about like
California
books.
College of Ayurveda. That is the one that I did my course at.
All right, and then the book that you just said, if you can repeat that again.
Yeah, Divya Alta. So What to Eat for How You Feel.
Amazing. All right, someone's asking, this is from Elsie Bay 12. Please recommend any healthy breakfast that can give energy and keep me full.
Oh, good question. So one thing I absolutely love making, which is also my recipe, is my overnight chia oats. I call them chats. So they're a mix of chia and oats. You soak them overnight in milk, which also helps break down the oats so it's easier for you to digest. And you can add in anything. I put turmeric in there. I put all the seeds and nuts and stuff that I want to eat with it. And it just tastes good. So that's great. And oats have sustainable, and like their the energy is long lasting, and so you won't just get a sugar rush and then it go back down. It should keep you going till lunch.
That's why you do it overnight? What's the purpose of doing it
No,
overnight?
overnight is basically just, it makes the oats very juicy and like succulent. Like it helps, it's almost like cooking the oats, but it just tastes so much better when it's soaked overnight rather than cooking it hot. You can also have it at room temperature or cold rather than having it hot. So I definitely say that. And then I have lots of other like Indian recipes as well if people are interested in having like flaked rice, which is delicious with lots of vegetables. I like savory as well in the morning. So
how are you with, I'm just going to ask my own question. How are you with grains?
so I actually don't eat anything till I have my green juice in the morning, but my body type is such that I actually, it's better for me not to eat. I do a bit of intermittent fasting. So I actually don't eat probably till about 11 a.m. So I end up having, and if I do, then I'll have like soaked nuts, or I'll have something really small that's fruit, and maybe a bit of like almond yogurt if I get really hungry. But I generally have found for me, I don't have grains in the morning, and I have my grains in the afternoon, and then I don't have grains in the evening. So I try and have my grains in the afternoon, just because it takes so long to digest grains that if you end up having it at night, one, it will interrupt your sleep. Your body will be digesting rather than sleeping and resting. But also, you're not really utilizing it. You want your body to ideally go into a state where it's using fat as a form of energy, because that's obviously, you know this, but it's the best source of energy for your body. If you're having grains in the evening, or even like if you don't have at least 3 hours between when you're eating grains, your body can never go into that process. So ideally grains in the afternoon, because your body will be able to digest them before you sleep, and you'll be able to use them at least for a bit of energy during the day.
That's such bloody great advice, because I have really noticed that if I eat my last meal earlier, so I used to eat like pretty much like 30 minutes before bed, right? I was the person that was doing the 6 meals a day and all of that rubbish, that now I like just listen to my body. But I was doing it, and I realized that now if the earlier I eat, so if it's been 3 hours before bed or 4 hours before bed, or sometimes even 5 hours before bed, I feel so much better.
So much better. I've been eating, so I eat my main meal at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's like my main, whether it's like sweet potato and my carbohydrates. And then at night, I literally just have soup sometimes, or a really light salad. And I find that I wake up in the morning feeling so much better. I, one, wake up before my alarm, and two, I wake up with so much more energy. And I just think, honestly, I just think it's been one of the best changes that I've made since the quarantine. It's been amazing.
That's awesome. So many people now saying, I was like, oh shit.
It's okay, we're good. Let me just.
I love how chilled you are about cooking. I'm like panicking over here. All right, let's have a look.
Oh god. Oh my gosh, they smell amazing.
They smell amazing.
I actually think mine are nearly done, and mine actually spread out this time. This was a good recipe.
Oh, what about mine? Mine haven't spread out at all.
I wonder if your coconut oil has anything different in it.
It's so the coconut oil. No, I wonder if it's the butters.
The nut butter.
Because the coconut oil, it just says coconut oil, and so in fact, here's the thing. It says
mine looks like this.
Oh, yours looks so good. Mine says coconut oil.
Maybe I need to come and drop these to you. You know.
It says coconut oil and artificial butter flavor.
That shouldn't. Was it completely melted when you put it in?
Yes.
And what about in your nut butter?
It's just completely just the nuts. I wonder if it's because there's a lot more fat, right? Because
is it lumpy? Is it quite like it was liquidy as well?
No, it's very. Girl, if you like pecans and macadamia nuts, this butter is.
I'm just really surprised because of
this is amazing. This butter.
And you use 4 tablespoons of maple syrup.
Did
you forget the maple syrup?
No, I put, but I might put 2. I don't remember.
Oh, maybe
I don't remember.
Be liquid. Anyway, they still taste good.
Anyway,
they may just not be as chewy. How has anybody else been making it at the same time, and how are your cookies going?
Yes, that's actually a good idea. I would like to have a.
Let me know how many of you are making these cookies with us. Give me a hell yeah!
We got a question actually. It's super interesting. This is from Girl on the Run. How do you know what benefits your body? Like you said, your body type, you need to fast. So how do you know that? How did you discover that? And what can people do right now?
My body type. One thing I would definitely recommend is a lot of the time we really rely on other people's information and knowledge to feed our own bodies. And one thing that Ayurveda really kind of helped me understand was that we actually just have to sit and listen to our bodies and understand what's triggering it or what's nourishing it. So if you're feeling any negative way after eating a specific, a meal should always feel nourishing. It should never feel negative in your body. And so, for example, when I eat foods with high carb content and a lot of gluten and fried foods, I know I feel a lot heavier. And so you need to know how to tune into your body and understand those foods that are causing issues with you and those foods that aren't. And a lot of the time it can be a process of elimination. It's like, okay, let me see if I cut this out that I think might be triggering me, and see how I feel after. But in terms of body types, in Ayurveda, they're called doshas, but you can do dosha quizzes online that will really help you. It's basically the foundation to tell you what elements are most predominant in your body. And depending on that, it's all relative to the foods you eat. And so it like increases like. If you've got a lot of heat in your body, which makes you acidic, then actually if you eat more chilies and spicy foods, that's going to increase it. Whereas if you eat cooling foods or you have certain cooling spices in your food, that's going to help alleviate it. So it's really understanding what dosha you are and then relating that to the foods you're eating to help balance that out. Hope that answers the question in some way.
I freaking love that, because look, there's so much advice out there, right? Eat like this, do this. It's so
every day there's a new superfood.
It really is.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was really just identifying, like, because of my health issues and gut issues, in case people don't know, for over a year, I could barely eat anything. My hair was falling out. My nails were super brittle. I was about 15 to 20 pounds lighter than I am now. So I was very, very malnutrition. And it wasn't until then that I had to start looking at what I was eating. I had to do a food diary. And so I had to write down like all the things that I was eating and then how I would feel. And so just doing that, like, really forces you to see, like, to make some correlations. Because it's like, so not to derail too much, but I heard this woman who came on my show, Elisa Vitti, and she was talking about hormones. Me and you were discussing this, right? About how women all say, like, not all women, but a lot of women go like, oh, it's the time of the month, I'm in agony. But we just accept it as just like, that's how it is. But the truth is, what she was saying is, no, guys, if you have a period and it's painful, or you have headaches, or you're in, or you're
that means you're having an unhealthy period.
It means that you're having, like, and we've just come to the point of just acceptance. And even with food, I feel the same thing. For so long, I just accepted, like, oh, well, this is just how I feel. Until you start to eliminate things. Once you started to eliminate things, then you started to realize, oh my God, waking up on a Saturday or on a Sunday, every time I had sugar, I had a headache, and I didn't realize it was from the sugar.
And it also doesn't make sense. Like, I always think about this, whether it's to do with medicine or food. It's like all of our bodies are so, take them out. All of our bodies are so unique and so different that how does it make sense that something that I eat is going to affect everybody else in the same way? Our bodies look, feel, everything about it is so different. And so your cookies are done. What's your name?
How do they look?
They look different to mine, but they look great.
Mine
actually are a little bit soft right now, so I need to let them firm up a little bit. So I'm gonna wait for them to cool down a bit.
Okay.
And I might actually have a little bit of cold milk with my cookie.
Oh, cold milk. Interesting. What do you do? Almond milk, or what do you use?
Oat milk or almond milk.
I use, I don't know if you guys use this, I use this almond milk.
Oh yeah, I've actually got that in my fridge as well.
Have you really?
Yeah, it's really good. It's got like basic ingredients in it.
Yeah. All right. So guys, we've already.
What other questions do we have going on?
Yeah, let's have. All right. So let's have a look. What products or diet keep your hair healthy?
Oh, good question. Honestly, in Ayurveda, it talks about how the more foods that you eat with something called prana, which is vitality. So the foods which have a lot of vitality are fruits, vegetables, everything that's the freshest possible foods contain the most nutrients. The longer that the food stays on your table, the longer that the food stays in a grocery store, day by day, minute by minute, it's actually losing its nutrients. And so ideally, a diet that's high in food with high prana is you get all the vitamins, all the minerals that you need through those foods. So I actually don't really use many supplements at all. If I do, I may use a multivitamin now and then if I feel like my energy is getting lower or I feel like my body may need it. But I actually have been vegetarian my whole life, and I turned vegan about 7 years ago, and I've never been deficient in anything. And I've never really felt like skin issues or hair, and I really think it's because I've always based my diet around very fresh foods. And if you can't do that, it's fine. Like if you use frozen foods and you use canned foods, it's just really trying to incorporate at least a little bit of something that's fresh into your diet. But there are lots of foods which, another thing that Ayurveda says is we have something in our body that's produced from digestion. When your food is digested properly, it produces something called ojas, which is known to be like the vitality in your body. So imagine like a golden sap that's produced in your body that nourishes all your tissues. That's basically the benefits of optimal digestion. So ideally, if you're digesting all your food properly, the nutrients are being extracted properly to create ojas, which actually is the thing that creates the healthy glow on your skin, helps your hair grow, helps your nails grow. So that's why if you have bad digestion, it's probably linking to your hair falling out or your skin getting bad, because your body is not able to extract the nutrients from those foods.
Yeah, that's literally exactly what happened. So I had issues eating in the first place because every time I would eat, it would cause me such agony. And then second of all, I started to discover that I had leaky gut. And so what was happening was any food I was eating, my body wasn't absorbing it. And so hence my hair was falling out, my nails were brittle. And it wasn't until I started to address the leaky gut that I was able to then overcome a lot of other issues that I had. But that was definitely a massive thing. And then just like what you said, something you said that I actually want to let people know in case they didn't see your post on it, that really made a difference to me, was when you posted about not drinking cold water. Dude, like literally when I read that, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to give it a try. In 1 week without drinking cold water, it made such a difference.
So yeah, let me give some context to everybody listening. So in Ayurveda, it talks about how having cold water when you're, anytime during the day, it actually dampens your digestive fire. It compares your digestion to fire. And so if you imagine pouring cold water over it, it makes your digestion so much harder to work. It makes it harder for your digestion to digest the foods. And so ideally you should be having lukewarm water, which actually acts as kind of like a stoking your fire, like stokes your digestive fire rather than dampening it. And the weaker your digestive system is, the harder you're making. Oh, sorry, I'm back. If you're having cold foods or you're having cold drinks, it actually just constantly will just keep dampening your digestion. So hot water for the win.
Yeah, buddy. All right.
And now Lisa, everywhere she goes, I was so impressed when we went away together. Lisa literally keeps her hot water thermos topped up every single moment. Like, she has become the biggest advocate for drinking hot water during the day. It's amazing.
I literally, it's like sweltering outside and I'm still drinking warm water.
And someone just asked about caffeine, and I know we've spoken about caffeine. Someone said, what is your guys' opinion on coffee and caffeine, whether it's good or not, or whether it affects your skin? So I actually have never really had caffeine during my life. The only caffeine that I really have is through chocolate. And so I drink coffee alternatives. It's not for a specific reason. I just never was in the habit of drinking it. And so now I drink herbal teas. I do know that in yogic practice, just having caffeine is just overstimulating sometimes. And so if you are having it and the effects that it can have on your skin and et cetera, I definitely would recommend not having too much of it. But again, if you're having like a cup, sometimes I like sitting down with a cup of coffee, a very mild one, because otherwise I get really hyper. But yeah, I mean, I'm genuinely an all in moderation type of person. I'm just like, if you enjoy it, have a cup here and there, but just don't make it something you are reliant on.
Yeah. And I think it goes back to assessment, right? See how it affects you. So for me, I actually have in every I have this much coffee. So I have this much coffee, this much hot water, and then throughout the day, I just refill it with hot water and put a bit of almond milk so it gives flow. So I know IG actually cuts us off after an hour, girl. So we've only got 3 minutes left.
Oh my gosh, wait. Let's see our cookies.
So we got to do the cookies, and I still got a song for you. And I got one more quiz. Oh, I'm going to give, all right, one more before you go. Hang on. All right, next tip. All right, guys, I want you to answer along with Raddy. Now, Raddy's very competitive, in case you didn't know this about her. So, so she's going to want to get this one in quick. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I was going to do one at a time, but I'm going to do them both at the same time.
All right, hit me.
Okay, they're coming up. Who are these people?
It looks like you brought Grease Lightning back, but no. Is it again?
Come on, please.
Oh God. Sing a song from it.
No one puts Baby in the corner.
Oh, I know what you mean, but I haven't seen it.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing, yes, I have seen it, but I can't say it's been something.
Patrick Swayze.
Oh, fair, amazing.
All right. Well,
Guys, we need to, well, I reckon we should try and eat our cookies.
all right, we're going to eat the cookies, and I've still got one more song to play. Maybe that'll be our out tune. All right, are we doing a cookie? So my cookie's either gigantic.
Oh my gosh. Our cookies are so different.
Let me see yours. Ah, yeah, they look so good. All right, you're gonna eat it at the same time. Are we taking a bite?
If everybody wants to say a little
There we
like,
go.
yeah.
All right, everybody, let's eat.
Say a little prayer of gratitude to yourself for making them.
Well done, Lisa, for making these.
Well done, Lisa. and for all the people that made this cookie possible.
Yeah, thank you, Reggie, for making this recipe.
How are yours?
Holy fuck.
Are yours soft?
Very soft.
Mine are like really. Mine are very soft. Mine last time were chewy, and this time they're soft. So I think I might have put a bit too much coconut oil, but it tastes amazing.
So in case